another bit of good news, or maybe just a strike for honest to goodness common sense, is that I've just seen on the TV that Christian Horner of Red Bull has been cleared of inappropriate conduct. So that's good, but no details have been released. So as far as I can see, it's all kind of up in the air and unresolved. Sure, they've cleared him of any inappropriate conduct, but what was that inappropriate conduct? Are we dealing with a nutjob feminist who didn't like the lack of respect she was given, or too much weight was put on the fact that she was a woman in the workplace? Are we dealing with a woman that made sexual advances to him that were rejected, and therefore she went all out tooth and claw? Or are we dealing with inappropriate advances from him towards a female member of staff, in which case his marriage is still in trouble? What does his wife think about all of this? Well, she obviously has his side of the story, but it's all wide open and a little bit unsatisfactory, in my humble opinion. The secrecy that surrounds the royal family's medical woes lately is a little bit frustrating in a way, isn't it? But compared to what it used to be, we know an awful lot more than we did, but they're still being rather coy. I mean, Prince Charles, for instance, we don't know what kind of cancer he's got, therefore we don't know how treatable it is, and we don't know if he's on conventional medicine or nut job medicine. I mean, if this was the USA, the president, there would have been a statement saying yes, he's got cancer of the knob end, and his outlook is somewhat 50-50, as he's decided to take the Chinese approach and drink tiger piss. So I don't know. And as far as Kate is concerned, well, she's a lady, and almost inevitably the problem is going to be with the naughty bits, or what connects to the naughty bits. So I don't expect to ever hear anything about that. Let's face it, if she had appendicitis, they would have told us, wouldn't they? So yeah, we know a lot more than we would have done 20, 30 years ago, but for some of us now it's not enough. Well, for the last week we've been in the middle of a heat wave. A heat wave in the tropics, I hear you say. But yeah, it's been blisteringly hot out, and I walk around every day outside for exercise, and yeah, yesterday afternoon was blistering. I should really walk in the morning, but sometimes, well, usually I don't get to do it until the afternoon, and peak heat is around about 3 to 4 p.m. and it's bloody hot. So anyway, it is now 1:30. I'm in a nice air-conditioned bar. I just love the way that the camera follows me. follows my face. Isn't that cool? But yeah, I'm in an air-conditioned bath, but when I go outside it will probably hit me like a hammer. Don't talk to me about humidity. When I was a boy, I was on a ship that went to the Persian Gulf, and that was bloody hot, but it was a very, very dry heat, you know, and people will always say, oh, the dry heat's fine, you don't suffer, it's the humidity that gets you. Well, I thought it was like being hit by a cricket bat over the back of the head when I went outside. It was awful. But then I'm used to hot weather now, and I wasn't in those days. Who knows? But nowadays I get home maybe 3 o'clock, 3:30, and I just shut my living room down, draw all the curtains. It's like a dark cave in there, put on the air conditioning, and that's it for me. That's it. Well, that phone call I received a while ago from Poi indicates a change of plans. I thought tonight Tom was going to take us to the Marriott for a big buffet, hotel buffet, which I love. I love hotel buffets. But according to that phone call, we're going into Phuket town to a place she said we've been to before, a barbecue place, which basically means you cook the stuff at the table, which isn't as good in my book, but well, what the hell, we'll do it, and let's see how we go. If I have enough battery, I might even take this marvelous little contraption along. And I mentioned it to my good friend RP on a conference call last night, and no, I didn't. I mentioned it to him on the month before, and obviously he's gone online and looked it up, and he reckoned it looked fantastic. Well, RP, it is fantastic. I'll give you a for instance. This trip to the pub and the video that ensues is all last minute thing, and if this was my old rig, very expensive rig, I hasten to add, of a mirrorless SLR camera and a gimbal, it would have taken me at least half an hour at home to set it all up and get the two things put together and to balance it and set the camera for all the real the basic functions that you want to work out of the box. But here I don't bother. It's all packed away in this little bag here, and I just threw it in my rucksack and came down here and switched it on once I got in the pub, and this is the result. I've even got I've got the wireless mic here as well, which takes care of that side of the thing. It's just a miracle. It's a wonderful thing, and well worth the money. Thinking ahead a bit to tonight, sleep. As I've had a couple of beers today, it's likely that I'm gonna go to bed and go to sleep pretty quickly, and have next to nothing in the way of dreams, but wake up early. That's the kind of sleep pattern that I have when I've had some alcohol, as opposed to the better sleep pattern that I have when I'm stone cold sober. Go to bed. It may take me a little longer to go to sleep. I don't know. Sometimes it's worse, but in general, that side of it is better. But then I go down into very, very deep sleep, and I have incredibly vivid dreams that I remember. At least I remember in the short term anyway. They may fade away later. But those dreams are so vivid and so imaginative. My God, I wish I could use that imagination, because it all comes from in here, but I wish I could use that to write stories or paint pictures or whatever, because it's a wondrous thing. I'm transported to another universe, where I'm still me, but sometimes a different version of me. But largely it's my worries, my fears, my anxieties that are the top of the tree. And these dreams can be really, really quite unsettling. The thing about these dreams is they reach deep inside my mind, my brain, my psyche, and they produce after feelings that are just unlike anything in my conscious life. Sometimes, depending on the contents of the dream, the after feelings are absolutely horrific. It's like it's taking me a place down into hell, and I often wonder if there is an afterlife where the hell is going to be what I experience in some of these dreams, because believe me, you would not want to spend all eternity there. It's bad enough me spending a pseudo hour in there. However long it takes in real time, it might only be a fraction of a second like that. In real time, seems like an hour has passed. We don't know how that works, do we? But that's the subject for a different conversation. Well, how is progress on my new AV system coming along, I hear you ask? It's coming along. We're in a state of suspension right now, like it is what it is. One of the things that I've noticed in the past, whenever I've upgraded audio systems, is with the old system that you use on a daily basis, you don't adjust it really at all. It's set and it is what it is. But the minute you start to put better loudspeakers in with more frequency range and more adjustments, that's when you start to notice that every record in your collection and every video on YouTube, every show on TV, has a different sound tonal quality, and it's either got not enough bass, so you're trying to turn the bass up, it's got too much bass and you're trying to turn it down, or there's too much treble and whatever. Here, the main reason I bought this more advanced AV system is because I wanted to play movies. You know, I wanted to get a decent surround sound on movies, but I've noticed that it is potentially very, very good just playing my record collection in stereo over a Bluetooth connection. And I've noticed also that some records sound pretty good, I won't say excellent, but pretty good with, you know, pseudo surround turned on, like Dolby Surround, which is just matrixing the two channels together, you know. When you watch a movie that's properly encoded in 5.1 or 7.1 or whatever, then it really, really comes alive. But that's why I bought it, you know. But right now I'm constantly tweaking, but I don't have enough LF. I've got a really good subwoofer, but it takes a lot of driving, and the output from my Denon AV system, and you can see it by other people's comments online, the output from that AV system is somewhat low, so you have to turn the internals up way up to their limit to get something. So I've got an audio preamp on the way from the USA, which hopefully will take care of that. And when Tom goes back tomorrow, because I don't want anyone to see me do this, I'm going to buy a second subwoofer. The conventional wisdom is that basically the more subwoofers you have, the better, and two is certainly better than one. But that, as well as having a preamp driving it to give me more range, means you know, I can just adjust things so easily. That's the theory. I'll let you know. In fact, that will be the result of that will be a second video. I'll just pull this clip out of this video and make the aftermath the result. And talking about that is, I've been rambling on now for so long that there's way too much stuff here for just the one video that I originally meant to shoot. So I'm going to turn this into two videos anyway, whatever happens. But anyway, I've been a bit short of stuff to moan about lately, so this is ideal. I caught the bus into town today. It was great. First time I caught the bus for, I don't know, before COVID, I reckon. BC. At least year 2 BC. But I'm disliking riding my motorbike into Patong Beach more and more with every week, and there are so many crazy bastards on the road, and I'm one of them, let's be honest, but at least I've got some skill with a motorbike, if I say it myself. But you see so many holiday makers, Americans would say vacationers here, that either have no bike skills at all, or they have quite a lot of bike skills, but they rent big powerful bikes But then they make the mistake of treating the whole thing like, because they're on vacation, like a white knuckle ride in a fairground. And they have the same mental attitude. They can't possibly be hurt because it's only a white knuckle ride. They don't realise they can get killed, and they do. But some of the crazy bastard things I see on the roads really make me worry, you know. And it's always me that gets caught up in the middle of it, trying to mind my own business. Of course, also there's the rare occasion where I flip out as well, and I'm carved up in such a stupid way that I begin to behave stupidly, which is unforgivable. But there we are. All in all, I just don't like riding a bike down into Patong Beach anymore. I long for those COVID days to be back, where I was the only white guy on the road, and almost the only guy on the road. But anyway, I really enjoyed the bus coming in. I had to wait about 15 minutes for it. That's fine, but I struck up a conversation with a couple of guys, and we had a nice chat, and I didn't get killed on the way coming in. So two plus points there.